Hey everybody, this is Tom from the Tom Parsley channel, and just like Parsley, we get into a little bit of everything. So what are we getting into today? Well, a couple of months ago, I did a winterize the RV video, and I'll link that up over here or over here, wherever it goes. I think over here, I don't know. So this time we're gonna do a de-winterize the RV, which is a lot easier than winterizing the RV. And I'm also camping this weekend, so we're gonna do a little tour of the campground. That'll probably be on a separate video, and I'll link that here, there, or somewhere. And also, this is a Class A motorhome. It's a 1994 Winnebago Brave. And I'll give you a little bit of tips and tricks on how to get a camper, a Class A motorhome, ready for camping for the season. So to de-winterize, let me just turn you off. We'll go to the other side. So to de-winterize, it's really easy. You just have to hook some water up or fill up the tank, and the tank is on the other side. Make sure that the drain valve is closed. Make sure you have a water connection. And then all you have to do is just, you go inside. And I'm not going to go inside because my camper's still a little messy from the winter, so we're not going to go inside. But you go inside and you turn off all of the drain valves, the low point drains that you did. So in my camper, there's 2 drain valves under the kitchen sink. I turn those off. There's 2 bypass drain valves under the bed. I turn those off or back to regular flow. And then I just run water through the line, and all the air that's in the line will get forced out, and all the water will go into the drain, into the dump tanks. So make sure you close your valves before you do that, so it's all contained in the tanks in case you have something else gross in there. You know what I mean, for the black tank. And just run the faucets, turn each faucet on, make sure all the air is out, make sure your water heater is closed. So I'll show you the water heater part component, because you want to make sure that the drain valve is closed, because the water heater is going to fill up as you're doing this. I had the water heater on before, but I turned it off because I don't need a lot of hot water. Let me turn you around. So typical hot water heater. This is this does not have an anode rod. This just has a drain right here, and the burner is over here, thermocouple. The circuit board is right over here, and this is a purge valve over here. And so you just want to make sure that the drain valve is closed, because what you're going to do is, as you're putting water in the system, your water tank's going to fill up. It's about 6 gallons or so. So you want to make sure that that is full. Once that's full, you can just do a visual check in the burner, make sure there's no spider webs in there. Flip it on, and you should be good to go. So the water tank fill is over here. I know I'm kind of going around the motorhome a few times, but the water tank fill is over here. You just fill up the water tank. But I didn't fill it up. I only put about 20 gallons in there just to, again, get the water pump going, get all the air purged out of the lines. And then just make sure your water heater starts. Make sure your fridge is good. So the fridge is over here. And I have cooling fans on here. I'll do another video on that. And make sure the gas is flowing. Make sure the stove propane is flowing. My propane is down over here. So that's an easy fill. I do have to get the tank filled. And then that's basically it for de-winterizing, and just making sure that all the faucets are connected. There's no leaks. Make sure you keep the water on for a little bit. Check for leaks. There's no leaks. So I am good to go. So that is de-winterizing the RV. Now, how to get a Class A motorhome ready for camping is going to be first and most important are the tires. You got to make sure that the sidewall doesn't have any cracks, any dry rot, any cracks on it. So my tires are good. You want to check the air pressure. Make sure the air pressure is good, and your rig is going to be different. Mine is different than yours. So you just want to look at the specs for your rig. Tires are the most important. And then what I do is I bring my motorhome to my mechanic, my local mechanic. He does the, I'm in New York, so we have to do a New York State inspection. We get that done, changes the oil, checks the brakes, checks the brake fluid, checks all the fluids, and make sure that we're good to go for the season. So that's usually an annual checkup for that. So I'm gonna make sure my tires are filled. I did check before, and I don't have a big heavy-duty air compressor at home to fill up these tires, but someone I'm camping with does, so I'm going to do that before I leave here. Fill up all the tires, make sure they're good. The front doesn't need, and again, depends on your rig, but the front doesn't need as much as the rear. The rear is what carries most of the weight. And then the last thing to do is just, I'll give you a peek inside, is just to do a regular clean, check for mice, and then you're good to go. I'll just give you a quick look inside. It's a mess, because I have stored a lot of things in here for the winter, so I got to get in here and do a deep clean. I did leave some mouse traps in here to make sure I caught all the mice, because I did have mice at the end of the season. They got in here somehow, don't know how. I think I left the door open overnight once and they got in. So I got to clean up some of the mice droppings that I've been finding. The mice are all gone because I left some traps in here for the last couple of weeks and it didn't catch anything. So they're all gone as far as I know. So that is, that's what we, you know, in the winter you should always leave some mice traps out just in case they get in somehow. Oh, and the other thing I checked is in the engine bay, there's that little doghouse cover that you can take off, because one year I had mice come in from outside and build a nest in the air filter. That's no good when you start it for the first time if there's a mouse nest. So every time before I start it after winter, take the doghouse cover off, take the air filter cover off, and check to make sure there's no mice nest. So last couple of years I've been pretty lucky, no mice. Then I check the oil, check the transmission fluid, check the coolant and all that. Here, let me show you what that looks like. So let me pause and open it up. So here is how you access the oil, dipstick, transmission, and the coolant, and everything else. So let me turn you around and show you what we got in here. It's pretty full. So radiator is here. The coolant reservoir is here. And you notice, I don't know if you can see, but I drew some lines with a Sharpie so I know where the fluid is. I don't know if you can see where the fluid is, but the fluid is good. Windshield washer. The oil dipstick is over here. Transmission dipstick is over here. Engine oil fill is over here. This is the coolant for the radiator. And then this is the hydraulic fluid reservoir for the jacks. And we got the horn over here. I did have to replace that because the old horns were bad. And some electrical, solenoids, power steering is over here. Condenser for the air conditioner, radiator is over there, cooling fan. And that's the front of the engine. So the engine in here in the 94 Winnebago Brave is a Chevy 454, which, as the saying goes, the only thing that can stop a Chevy 454 is the gas station. And that is true. I get about 8 miles to the gallon on this. And with gas prices these days, I'm not taking any long trips. That's why this campground I'm staying in is local. It's close, so I don't have to go too far. Okay, let's go to the next segment. So I do have solar on this too, up on the roof, and that's been working because there are some campgrounds. Actually, the next camp out I have, there's no hookups. So I'll make sure that the solar works, which it does. The batteries are charged up. The fridge works on propane and water heater and everything. So everything is good to go. Did some tests on everything. Just got to fill up the tires with air and I'm ready for the next big camp out. So I want to thank you all for coming along on the journey here. Thanks for your likes, comments, and subscribes. And we're going to try to maybe put out more videos per week and see how this YouTube algorithm gets all figured out. But anyway, this is the Tom from the Tom Parsley channel. Oh, someone's putting their jacks down with an impact wrench. This is Tom from the Tom Parsley channel. Thanking you for coming along on the journey, and I'll see you on the next video.